morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Inside Scoop. I'm your host, Big Bubba. Along with me, as you can see on stage here, is my co-host, Joey. How you doing, Joe?
I'm all right.
Good to see you.
Yep.
Well, first way, a good way to start this off, to wish all of our veterans out there a safe and happy Memorial Day. Thank you very much for your service. That's coming up, and I hope all your mothers had a great Mother's Day. Well, Joe, we usually start the show off in a certain way. Now, I gave you a couple.
The dark side or the light side?
The dark side. We'll start with birthdays. We'll have a few. I gave you a couple, so I'll tell you. I don't have dates or how old they were, but the Russia Glacier was last week.
From WCW.
Yep. And today, folks, as a lot of you folks know, I told you we tape a few days in advance, is Ron Simmons' birthday. Damn if you didn't have that.
Well, you said that a few weeks ago. First off, The Rock, on May 2nd, 52.
The Rock looks that good at 52? That's amazing.
One half of the entire, Young Stallions and, what was that, Glory, Power and Glory, Paul Roma.
Paul Roma.
April 29th, 65.
Oh, Paul Roma's already 65. I can't believe that.
Kevin Owens, May 7th, 40.
Kevin's a big 4-0. He's still tough as nails.
No, he's not on the list. Another one that's on...
not there. I'm saying Kevin Owens is tough as nails.
The next one is also on May 7th. The late Owen Hart.
Yes.
Which is the 25th anniversary this year.
Yes, I was passing at Cobalt Hall.
In a week or two. Mm-hmm. The former women's champion, Io Sky, May 8th, 34.
May's also in great shape for her age. Great wrestler.
One half of DIY, Tommaso Ciampa.
Marshall Ciampa, who I've met twice. Nice, very, very soft-spoken in person. Wouldn't think that, but he's very soft-spoken.
May 8th, 39. Got three legends, three Hall of Famers here. Two of them are not with us anymore. Big Boss Man, May 2nd.
Ray Traylor, I believe was his man's real name.
And Mr. Fuji.
Mr. Fujiwara, I think his name was. Harry Fujiwara?
I think so.
He died, I think he was 88 when he died, or 89, so he lived a fruitful life.
That was May 4th. Last one I ever...
4th with you, too.
The man who likes to say, Arriba.
Yes, I mentioned it to him. I'm actually friends with the man on Facebook directly. I wished him happy birthday, and he responded back to me, thank you.
Tito Santana.
Mercedes. I'm not going to give his last name if he doesn't want much on Facebook.
May 10th, 71.
Can you believe he's 71? I cannot believe that Tito Santana is 71 already. Unbelievable. Well, happy birthday to all of our wrestlers out there and historians. I know you got people yelling more. As I mentioned to you several times, go on Facebook and look up WrestlingForum.com. My good friend Vic Salagosta put a lot of these birthdays out there. That's how I found out about Glacier and Ron Simmons today. Even one you didn't mention that happened a couple weeks ago too was Dr. Death Steve Williams had a birthday. I don't think it was mentioned last show either, but he had a birthday recently. And of course, Dr. Death has passed now, and I think Terry Bam Bam Gordy had one recently.
Yeah, I mentioned on the last show.
Okay, I remember that was on Wrestling Forum. Well, Joe, with the positive comes the negative. We're gonna hear about. I didn't really hear about anybody famous passing away in the last couple of weeks.
Well, two of them I only have one written down, but one of them was, I don't know if he was the producer or a director of, you know how you heard the B movies, the low budget movies?
Yes.
Roger Corman.
Okay.
He passed, and next one I have, this guy was the star of Lord of the Rings trilogy and Titanic, 1990s Titanic. Bernard Hill.
Who's the man? I don't know his name, but I guess somebody from Young Sheldon. He played one of the main characters. He just died abruptly last week.
Oh yeah, the character did. Yes.
I don't know if it was a character or the man himself.
Character. I had seen they were planning to do that. This guy.
Because Young Sheldon is ending. As actually, you've already seen. Hopefully, if you weren't watching AACS, folks, you watched. I guess Young Sheldon's ending this week. I already ended because we're seeing this on Saturday morning. Enjoying some of this great weather.
This guy played the captain of the Titanic.
Okay, he played the captain of the Titanic's name was Andrews, I think. Last name was Andrews.
No, I think it was Smith.
Was it Smith? Yeah, it was Smith.
And he also played King Theoden in 2 of the Lord of the Rings movies.
Okay, I think I remember the character, what it looked like. Andrews was the man who built the Titanic. Then he was on there.
I think it was Victor Garber that played that character.
Okay, you're educating me now. Well, before we get into the King and Queen of the Ring pay-per-view coming up,
we got to do the results
today.
of one, and then we'll do the other one.
Yeah, we get the results of the other one, and then we get the we'll go into the King and Queen after. Before we do that, let me mention quickly independent wrestling shows coming up. I have a few written down here. Unfortunately, I didn't mention one that just happened. It's happening yesterday on Friday because we're taping this on Wednesday. So, but I hope everything went well with John Casey's company at NCW Reunion, which was a very good time. Always puts on a great show. Wow, they got one coming up. So I'll mention that, but I'm going to do these in chronological order if I can. Today, Saturday, RWA Danger Zone. This is going to be a close one, folks, so maybe we could see some of you folks come on down there who want to see some independent wrestling close to home at the St. Anthony's Parish at 27 Forest Ave in Pawtucket. RWA Danger Zone. I think general admission is $10. It's from 6 to 9, which is a good local show. I will be at that show sitting ringside. If you see me, come over and say hello. Now, the next one I'm going to mention is going to be May the 19th. Yes, May 19. Remember the whole Kane thing? That's what they released See No Evil, May 19. They kept skit about it funny years ago. Sunday, May 19th, a rare Sunday showing, but it's interesting location too. Gladiator Training Academy for NRG. It's going to be in the Kilbourne Mill in New Bedford. It's a 3 p.m. show. It's only $5, but it's going to be the student wrestlers. So, see if it's some of the up-and-coming people who are training. I'm sure a couple of veterans will be there working with these guys. All being trained by Mike Baker, who's been on our show. Then the following Friday in Fairhaven, NRG has their regular show coming out. That's at the Fairhaven VFW, 109 Middle Street in Fairhaven. It's $15 for general admission. I believe ringside has already sold out for that. That's going to be a 7:30 show. Always a great show. Excellent card last time I was there, last month. The next one I'd like to mention, again, is NCW Flag Day. That's what it is. It's going to be on Flag Day.
My mom's birthday.
Friday, June the 14th.
Day before the pay-per-view.
The VFW Post 2017 in Dedham. It's $15 for general admission and $20 for VIP tickets. VIP tickets mean you get to pick your own seat. You sit where you want to sit. They give you, I think they give you a poster of some sort or a card or something this year, and either a walking taco and a couple slices of pizza. That's only $20. It's not a bad deal. I've excellent shows coming up. Again, support your local independent wrestling. A lot of these independent wrestlers are making big names for themselves, coming up to the main rosters and making great money. They all got to start somewhere, and we have a lot in this area right now working for WWE, which I'm proud of all these people who have made it. I guess, Joe, a good way to go next would be to our results from our last pay-per-view, which was
Backlash. Right from France.
Yes, Lyon, France. The crowd was off the hook, yelling, screaming.
Especially with Uso.
My girlfriend told me that they actually had complaints, WWE did, from people who lived around the stadium because it was so loud they couldn't hear. That's crazy loud. That's what wrestlers love too when you cheer like that.
Okay, the Raw World Title, Damian Priest against Jey Uso.
Good
Priest
match.
won,
Yep.
but he got a little ticked off because two of his group interfered in his match. He told him he wanted to do it alone.
Yeah, Joshua. Oh, Damian Priest, Finn Balor and McDonough, right?
Yep.
Came out.
McDonough first and then Balor.
Yep. Good match, though. Very good wrestling match.
The WWE Universal Title, Cody versus AJ Styles, and Cody won.
That was no pun intended, a phenomenal. That was a great wrestling match. They really gelled together. I think I mentioned that could have been the match of the night, and that was the match of the night, I believe.
And next we got the SmackDown Women's Title, which was a triple threat. Bayley versus Naomi versus Tiffany Stratton, and Bayley won.
As I predicted, as I called. Also, that was also a very, very good match, I think. They were back and forth, back and forth.
Next is the Women's Tag Titles. Damage Control of Asuka and Kairi Sane against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill.
That was the Kabuki
Warriors.
Yeah, the Kabuki Warriors.
Asuka's out.
Asuka's out. I think she has a leg injury. I think I heard much of it's an upper quad injury. She hurt something in her leg. People forget that Asuka's almost 40 years old. She's like 39 or 38. She's an older woman. Maybe be over 40.
We got new champs, so Bianca and Jade.
Jade Cargill, which I'm glad they put some kind of title on Jade Cargill. And Bianca.
The last match in the list was a street fight between Solo Sikoa and Tonga against Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, and Solo and Tonga won, but they had help because Thomas' brother showed up.
Joshua, I forget the name he's using. Something else, Tonga. Gotta keep track of the new bloodline. New bloodline coming in. Very good pay-per-view. I thought the wrestling was good all around. But I think the best match tonight was AJ and Cody to put on a clinic. That was an unbelievable wrestling match. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That was a long match, too. Nothing very disappointing. Well, we have... I was hoping maybe you had the brackets down, but you don't have them for the matches.
Well, because they're doing the tournament on the TV shows.
Yeah, for the King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring. And...
It's too much to draw the whole thing.
Yeah, it is. It would have been a lot to draw it up.
Yeah.
I know the semifinals right now for the females from Raw is Lila Valkyrie against Io Sky. And for the males, it's Gunther against... I don't know who
Jey Uso.
Jey won the match against who did Jey wrestle?
The new guy, Dragunov.
Oh yeah, Eli Drake. He beat him. He beat Dragunov.
Yep.
Because Dragunov is a great wrestler.
I wanted to see Dragunov against Gunther.
So did I, because Dragunov has beaten Gunther before. And in NXT Europe, he actually ended Walter's 5-year reign as champion. Eli Dragunov did. And how about on my SmackDown side? I know Bobby Lashley got hurt. He was replaced by Dawkins, and Dawkins got crushed by somebody. Dawkins got beat up. Dawkins lost. I forget who he lose to.
I think it might have been Tama.
Yeah, I think it was Tama. Yeah, Tama beat him up pretty bad. That really wasn't the best. It was a good match, but Dawkins, as you can see, was just out-wrestled. People don't realize that Tama Tonga has been wrestling for almost 17 years. One of the toughest, they say, it's like his dad, one of the toughest guys to ever put on tights. Unbelievable. And who was the other people in the... So Tama Tonga's going against who for the final? Oh, we don't know. It's happened actually yesterday because we were taping this on Wednesday. We're getting the results. We're getting the matches that happened Friday. So we'll let you know next pay-per-view and next showing here, because we'll have the pay-per-view actually coming up on Saturday at 1 o'clock for you folks who have cable. I'm not going to mention
I think in January, in June, I think the first one's going to be probably 1 in the afternoon too. Because you got to be the Clash at the Castle.
Now, what day is that?
Look at that. I have the list. Oops, wrong here. The day after my mom's birthday, June 15th.
June 15th. Okay. Because I'll be back home. I'm actually going on vacation for my birthday. Yeah, I was going to mention it next taping, but I have a birthday coming up on June the 6th. Be 58.
4 years older than me.
Yes.
I'll be 50.
Who do you like in that match? If I had to pick a match between Lila Valkyrie and Io Sky, who do you think?
I gotta go with the new girl.
Lila Valkyrie's getting a good push, but she's a great wrestler. She really is a good wrestler. I like the way she's wrestling. I really do. This week, I know it's Jade Cargill's going against Nia Jax. I think whoever wins that match might actually win the whole Queen of the Ring. That's only my prediction. I don't think Lila Valkyrie could be either of those two yet. I don't think she's tough enough yet, strong enough yet. You got any feedback on that? So you really don't know Lila Valkyrie that much because you don't watch NXT. But you know Nia Jax and Jade Cargill both strong and tough, and Nia's as tough as you can get somebody. I wouldn't consider an upset either way if Nia lost that match or if Nia won that match. I think they're very even, those two females. Am I keeping you awake?
Nope.
Oh.
Sorry.
Let me totally change subject for a second. Oh, wait a minute. You have matches set up.
Yeah.
Let's go into them first for the pay-per-view. I'm sure there's going to be more added. Probably a couple more on Friday.
Let's see. First, we're going to have a champion versus champion, but Cody's title is on the line. WWE Universal title, Cody Rhodes defending against Logan Paul.
I think Cody Rhodes keeps his title somehow. I think it might be a disqualification. I think Logan Paul will get caught with the brass knucks and they'll disqualify him.
Next is the IC title, triple threat. Sami Zayn against Chad Gable and Bronson Reed.
I think Sami somehow keeps the title, but that could be a good match if they let it go the way it can, because Bronson Reed can hurt people, but Sami can go and so can Chad Gable can wrestle. They're all good performers and wrestlers in the ring.
And lastly, the Raw Women's...
No, Lashley's hurt. Sorry. That's a joke. That's my director. I always promise the director one joke every taping, yeah.
And lastly, the Raw Women's...
Oh, Lashley's hurt, I said. The last match is...
The last match I have listed is the Raw Women's title, Becky Lynch against Liv Morgan.
Does Becky keep the title? I think Becky keeps the title somehow. I don't know how. I think someone might get involved in that match. Lila Valkyria might get involved somehow in that match. Because Becky, what's her name? Liv Morgan got involved in her match and kind of attacked her and hurt her. Attacked Becky from behind, and that kind of pissed off Lila Valkyrie. Lila being the other Irish girl. So I think Lila gets involved in that match somehow. But that should be a really good match back and forth, too. I'm waiting, can't wait for that pay-per-view.
Yeah, this past Raw, we had a special guest ring announcer.
Yes, you thought my thought. Yes, we had coming back and announcing one of the matches. The female matches was Lillian Garcia. It was good to see Lillian. She looks great for her age. She's my age. She's 57. Doesn't look it, but she's 57. Looked her up on Facebook. I Googled it on my phone. Looks very good for her age. Oh, we'll be remiss right now. First, let's go into the easy one. The Red Sox, they're actually playing pretty good. They're like 20-17. I mean, they're a little couple games over 500. They're in third place. Playing decent baseball. They're not playing great baseball, but they're not bums like they were last year at this time. They're playing excellent baseball with all the injuries they've had. Although everything seems to be clicking a little bit, they're actually playing a little better against tougher teams. They won the game, I know, against Tampa Bay in the overtime this week. A tough win. They lost tough games. They haven't playing good. One game, like I said a couple weeks ago, they blew them out like 17-0. That's absolutely craziness. Nuts. Patriots had their mini camp. I guess they signed a couple of their rookies already. I think Drake May's already signed. The new quarterback is signed. And I think the third string guy that they signed, I think he's a running back. I think they signed him already. He signed a rookie contract. The guy who I'm looking forward to seeing, the guy who's one of the sleepers of the whole Patriot draft pick, and people aren't really talking about much, is Wallace. He's a 6'6" tackle, about 330 pounds, 340 pounds, a big kid. Big, kind of replacing Trent Green. But I guess he's strong, very fast, got a good football head on him. I'm hoping, this is my prediction, I'm going to go out early on a limb. I could see the Patriots perhaps being 8-8 next year, or 8-9. I don't think they're going to have a winning season, but they're going to do better than they did last year. They have to. They get some good cogs in. They get a couple good rookies, a couple good players that they've signed. Another tight end. They've got wide receivers. There's a rookie, and then there's a guy that they've signed. The Patriots should be okay next year in a building process with the new quarterback. I don't know how much you watch football, but I love watching my football games. They'll be starting up shortly. Well, might as well spend a couple minutes talking about our playoff teams. We'll start first with the Bruins. Bruins are in a tough series. Hopefully, I think it's tonight, folks, is that game number 6 against Florida Panthers. Patriots, the Bruins won last night in a tough game. They have a couple of days off to rest, which would be good, with Marchand being out hurt. They're playing a tough team, really tough team. They actually outshot them, finally. They outshot somebody in a hockey game. Haven't been that great. They're a little more aggressive last game, a little more, pepper on the goaltender. Maybe that's what Montgomery's telling them, the coach is telling them. If the Bruins get past this series, I don't know if they can get past the Rangers. I think the Rangers are going into a game 6 themselves. There's some tough hockey to be had afterwards. Philadelphia, Florida Panthers just weigh you down. Big, strong team that skate well. Like I said, I'm not too optimistic. We looking for a fly?
No, it's dust or what it is.
He doesn't know what he's doing. He's over here catching flies again. Were you hungry?
No, that's the frog catching with his tongue.
You didn't even take your hat off and something flew at me. That's good. Here you go. Then he takes his hat off. Now something flies at me again. Anyhow, I think the Bruins are in for a tough game 6. I hope they win. Hope they can keep going. Now to go on to more prominent business, the Boston Celtics. The Celtics are up 3-1 against Cleveland Cavaliers. Lost that one game by about 18 points the other day. Cleveland couldn't miss 3-pointers. They were throwing them up and they were going in. But the Celtics have been playing very, very good basketball. Strong, sturdy, without their starting center. Porzingis, I think his name is. He's been hurt. They hope to have him back, if not this series, next. He'll probably be in the next series. I don't think he's out for the whole playoffs. Like I said, back to the Bruins for a second, I think Brad Marchand might even come back Saturday and play. He's a tough guy that can handle it. But I think we could possibly see, would it be season number 18, I think, for the Celtics, if they won, or 17?
I don't know.
I think it's 17 world champs. They've won 16. I know for a fact they've won at least 16. Maybe 17. Well, we've gotten into a lot of different subjects here. We have a few minutes left. We've discussed things like this before too, Joe, but we've never really delved into it. We have a few minutes to kill here. Let's go back to wrestlers who we think belong in the Hall of Fame, or who should be going to the Hall of Fame. Do you have wrestlers that you know that you think should be gone to the Hall of Fame? I can mention a couple females. I can mention males. I can mention.
That's a few times. And some tag teams that I know they're not in there yet. They're like the Killer Bees, the Rougeau brothers. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Are the Legion of Doom in the Hall of Fame? Yes.
should be.
There's the animal and Ellery accepted on behalf of Hawks. Yeah.
They accepted in place of Hawk, because Hawk was already passed away by then. Now, of course, Animal's passed away now too. Like laryngitis.
Animal and I share the same birthday, September 12th. And Hawk shares my brother's birthday on January 26th.
Day before my grandmother's birthday. She was January 27th. People, I've been saying this all along. I said it on Facebook. I don't know why Cyndi Lauper's not in the Celebrity Hall of Fame. She belongs in there. It totally belongs in there. She kind of changes around the whole. Got the Rock more involved in wrestling years ago with Lou Albano.
Yeah.
Very big in WrestleMania 1. I think she belongs in the Hall of Fame. Bam Bam Bigelow, I think, belongs in the Hall of Fame.
There's another one, but the wife won't let that happen.
Owen Hart.
Yeah.
She won't let Owen go. She's very mad at WWE for what happened to Owen. She still blames WWE for what happened to her husband. I can't get mentioning that either way. That was a fluky accident. Not like it was planned. But she's kind of disrespecting her husband and the character, and the WWE but not letting him go in the Hall of Fame. Even if you remember during Mark Henry's Hall of Fame speech, begging, he was crying. He was begging, saying, I work with you guys. Let Owen go in the Hall of Fame. He belongs in the Hall of Fame. Another one who is put in the Hall of Fame is Victoria, the wrestler, female wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
She is not in the Hall of Fame yet. I think she belongs in the Hall of Fame. So I read online. Somebody said R-Truth should go in now. Go right into the Hall of Fame. R-Truth should be in. Ron Killings. Like Rey Mysterio wrestling. R-Truth belongs in the WWE Hall of Fame outright. I think his character is fantastic, funny. Man can wrestle.
How about the Macho Man's ex-wife and manager?
The lovely Elizabeth. She's not in the Hall of Fame yet.
Nope.
I'm surprised. Maybe because of the way she passed away. She had drug problems. I don't know. Lex Luger, is he in the Hall of Fame yet? I think he is.
Not that I know of.
Lex Luger's another guy that I think should be in the Hall of Fame. I have to look that one up to see if Lex Luger's in it, but he belongs in the WWE Hall of Fame, Wrestling Hall of Fame, which one we kind of recognize. Wow. Like I said, this is a discussion will be ongoing for a while, people who belong in the Hall of Fame. Well, I'd like to thank AACS for having us, our director for directing us. I want to thank all you fans for out there who are supporting independent wrestling. Thank you folks for watching. Until we see you folks again at the end of the month, have a safe Memorial Day. Thank you, all your veterans. God bless you all. Thank you very much. You all have a good night. Don't forget to go to RWA tonight in Pawtucket.